Okay, good morning. Although it won't be morning when I post this. But for me, it's a good, nice morning. Sky is blue. If it wasn't, I think there might be a problem, either with my vision or with planet Earth, or it would be purposely like that. I'm not too sure. Anywho, so today's word is fairy tale. Wow. Fairy tale, a story about fairies. Fictitious, fanciful story or explanation. That's what a fairy tale is. Oh. In some sense, all of our lives are a fairy tale. Because you don't believe it, for the most part, until you get to see the person and they bring the other people and all the evidence into piece, and then it becomes a reality. I don't know. I was trying to play something along with fairy tale there. See, do I clear it this time? I don't know. Sometimes I get a little nervous about that full clear there. I do. Let's take a different path today. Yeah. It shouldn't take me the same amount of time. Fairy tale. People on morning walks. So real, being physically active. Go on your morning walks. Go on your evening walks. Go on midday walks. Assuming that the weather is not atrocious. But even then, maybe step outside for a moment. Go stand in some shade, appreciate the air. Go outside. Just go outside for a moment. And I'm not saying you have to go outside for hours and hours and hours on end. No. Go outside for a few minutes. Take a moment. Take a deep breath. Get away from the thing that is causing you some stress sometimes. You realize you're sitting here and maybe someone or something was eating away at you on the inside, on your phone, on your PC, on your PlayStation, Xbox, your gaming console, whichever one it may be. Heck, it could even be older, your GameCube. Step away for a moment. Give your mind some time to relax. Maybe the problem that you're seeing isn't really a problem. It's just your mind's cloudy right now. So take a moment. Take a deep breath. Go outside. And maybe outside you'll see something that you wouldn't have if you just stayed inside and just stayed frustrated the whole entire time. It's important to get some fresh air. I'm not telling you, as like some common phrase that's heard online, to go touch grass. That's not what I'm trying to tell you to go do. What I'm telling you to go do is move your body and get rid of that stagnant air around you. That air that's full of all the stress. That's full of this sort of negativity that's being built up around some sort of thing that you might love. Yeah. I'm speaking from experience here, because when I sit there and I'm playing a video game where I atrociously cannot aim, on PC, I cannot aim. Well, let me not say it like that. My aim is not where I want it to be yet. Let me rephrase that. My aim is not where I want it to be yet in order to hit the highest rank in the game. And so, I have to learn. One, I need to practice outside of the matches themselves, get myself warmed up a bit. Like an athlete, almost. Like an athlete. No, I'm just going like an athlete. to put myself in the right mindset, to be fully focused and not just mindlessly playing. Because when you mindlessly play, you allow yourself to not grow. You have to intentionally put yourself in each of these moments. And so, let me go ahead and transition this from gaming into, something where people are like, why would you spend quote-unquote energy on something that's quote-unquote useless? And I would say these audio clips serve as my mind muscle connection pre-workout. This is the pre-workout to that experience. Wow, I just witnessed someone throw up. I think he's hella drunk. Like these two people. He's exceptionally drunk. And so, yeah, crazy. However, they're living their life their way. This serves as this, like, wake up my mind. Let's understand, like, I'm going into the gym. I'm working out. Today's legs. Today is isolated movements. The other day, it was compound. Today's isolated. So we're going to hit some isolated movements. And I have to be aware of that. I have to know what I'm going in to do. And so for just like my video gaming, I go in and like, okay, when I queue up into, let's say, this match, my goal is to understand, like, I'm isolated training my aiming. A lot of what I'm doing is to improve. I am playing to improve. I'll thank Coach for that one. Thank you for sharing those lecture videos with me, old man. Thank you. Now, we have to go ahead and also be setting up. I am now transitioning away from that topic. These goals. And again, old man, I'm gonna go ahead, and this is not original source by me, and this is not, but his SMART goals he would talk about, where they're specific, they're measurable, they're achievable, they are relevant, and they are time bound. And I believe the most important one actually would be time bound, because without a time or deadline, a lot of things get pushed off and unfinished, where you would call just done with. And I would like to say that this is a very much true thing. We're gonna go, and I'm gonna go ahead and reflect on something, but we have Leonardo da Vinci, where some of the words he said, a quote, is somewhere along the lines of, I have offended God and mankind by doing so many little things, or so little things, where there was more that could have been done and yet was not done, which I believe was due to the sake of not being time bound by things, where where arts are not finished but abandoned. And I believe that's what a lot of Leonardo was doing, was abandoning projects, not saying that they were finished, as he got preoccupied in some other project, something else that captivated his mind and intrigued him to learn more about it. And constant improvement didn't occur. Leonardo was widespread. I would say Leonardo was a jack of many trades. To say a master, well, to be a master would mean to have messed up a lot inside these ventures. However, it was very much surface level work on a lot of these subjects that have not been explored before, and deep diving just a little bit more and carving some insight from all the plethora of experiences that Leonardo himself had exposed himself to. So, moving forward, I will be setting these SMART goals. Old man, I've listened. I am incorporating, for knowledge without action is simply, there's a quote for it. The knowledge without action is just, it's no better than not knowing. Something along those lines. You have to have the action side of it to put it to use. Knowledge without action is simply knowing, and I would want to say is very, I don't want to use that word, that's not a good way to put it, because knowledge can be given to pass, it can be baton passed to someone else, and they will go ahead and use it, and that's great. But without the applications yourselves, you won't know whether it's true or not entirely. You'll just take it as a quote-unquote truth. But it's not until you practically apply it yourself does it become something where you are like, okay, this works for my specific thing. I don't know. There's a quote. Search it up. See? Me knowing the quote and me not using the quote often is a prime example of it. Like, truly, is a prime example of the quote. Alrighty, there was actually a few more lights that were not green on the venture here today. I also have a job interview today. Yeah. So, what a day it is. I appreciate being here today. I'm blessed to be here. I woke up, and that in itself is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh, man. Alrighty. Time to go do cardio. Time to go do cardio. We go inside, we work at our legs, and then, maybe I get post cardio after a million. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. I try to be funny. Mwah.